Hello fam, how are we doing? Happy new week. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. So I thought about this particular video and I know that it's something you need to watch. So if you missed Aradel, I know that few months ago I talked about Aradel, and of course some people did not pay attention. And today Aradel has run from 500 naira to 870 naira. If you missed it, please do not miss this one I'm going to discuss, because when it exploded, when I was asking people to buy it, some people just didn't pay attention. And sometimes we always talk about how we missed our chance, how we wish we could have gotten in when it was cheap. So stop wishing and start acting. So I'm going to talk about a particular company, Oando, so that you don't waste your time. So let me give you the name. It is Oando. It is a good company, I feel, with some of the things that are happening right now in that company. You should pay attention. It looks like there is a load up, there is a buyback in this particular stock. So let's talk about it. I want to show you how you can, some of the ideas or things you should look into while you consider whether you should buy it. And of course, I want to give a disclaimer that this video is for educational purposes. So make sure you do your own research. When I give out stocks, it is all up to you for you to go and do your own small research so that you will know whether this stock really, whether you should buy it or not. So without further ado, let's talk about few things that are interesting me. So welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I discuss everything that makes you money, whether it is in saving money or spending money or investing your money. But most importantly, I want you to learn how your money can work for you. So please watch this video to the end. Don't log off. Watch and hear my own side of the gist. You may have your own reservation, of course. So I want you to like this video, watch to the end, and let me know if you have Oando, because I've been talking about Oando for a few weeks now. I thought about it when it was 45 naira and now it has dropped to 42. So please consider subscribing if you have not, and watch it and learn one or two things. Give me your own views. So for me, Oando has been on my swing. And when I take us to the chart, I'm going to show you what I mean by it has been on my swing. Honestly, they have not had impressive reports. Probably that's why, some people got angry and started selling off. So Oando has federal government advantage. I don't know how else to put it, but I feel like there's some interest because, of course, we're dependent on oil here. And since it's in the energy sector, they've been trying to see if the price of oil can actually come down and all of that. So personally, I feel like energy sector is going to pick up very soon. And now that Aradel has been on the spotlight, somehow it looks as if people are now going to start looking into Oando. That is if a lot of people have not even bought into it. And usually when people buy, they just keep quiet. So the strategy you use in the stock market is highly dependent on your success in the stock market, rather depends on consistency and the strategy. And strategy comes with knowledge. Your level of knowledge is important. So when you have some information or clues on when to buy it before it blows up, before it explodes, before it goes up, it will go a long way to help you when you look at stocks. You look at them differently. If you buy a stock when everybody's already jumping in, somehow you've already missed the train. You're already catching it. So some people are asking, can I still buy Aradel at 870, 850? So you need it to get to like 1,000 for you to make a reasonable profit. But if you had caught it when it was 500, 590, 600, even this 270 would be yummy for you. But if you're a smart person, you can still walk on the swing. So let's get into the chart and let's look at one or two things that that's been impressing me, or attracting me to look into buying Oando. And when we go to the chart, I will still show you that of Aradel, and at the same time I'm going to show you the all share index. Let's see where we are currently. So let's get into the chart briefly. Okay fam, so now we are in the all share index. Remember when we had this pullback to 138 and I told us that I feel like before this year end we would have crossed 150. See where we are, 155. So if I take this to the daily time frame, this chart will look a little better. So you can see all the times we had the dips, which were a very good time for you to look into some stocks. But even with this move to the upside, it's not every sector that has really picked up fully. And that's why if you look at Oando, you'll be like, what is wrong with this one when others are going up? So, but if you look at stocks like, let's take it to Charms, you will see that Charms have been doing amazingly well since they run from two naira to 4.66 kobo. Is beginning to have a pullback again back to retest this. So, but today we're not talking about it. I just wanted to pull up the all share index and then give us an idea of where we are. I'm just excited because it looks like we're going to hit 160,000 very soon, maybe this new month of November. Let's see how that goes. But now let me show you Aradel quickly. Now, let me use the weekly time frame because it will give us a better view. So this weekly time frame will help. So this was Aradel, and when they launched, can you see? They launched at 800 and so many people were buying, but I waited. Usually when I see this type of IPO, I used to wait because I know it will definitely cool off because some people quickly take profits, you know. So see what happened. They pulled all the way down to 414 and then he picked up again to 700 and then he sold off again because people had to take profits. And you can see here we touched 458. This was the point because I had it first at 600. So when it came down to 400, I bought some so that I would bring down my average cost. And you can see, so this was the period many people felt like we don't know what this is doing. So you can see from April up until September. It was in September ending that it started to have this massive move. You can see 15th of September, you can see. And then the 29th week, that's the last week in September, it had this major move. And then from there, it had a little pullback. Some people still got in at 580. And look at where we are. Today, we had a touch of 569. It has been amazing. They had a good move today. So you can see the move, though it's looking trickle, but see, 569, 570. And that's why I said buy when people are not, when the attention is not there. So if we are to look at Oando, let's use the daily time frame. You can see that Oando has been selling off. But if I go to the weekly time frame, I want to show you something. There is something that I want you to see. So you can see here, it's been the last time we touched 90, Abi 83. We've not been able to hit it. You see, the next time was 75, and this was 66, and this is 65. And since this, so there's something I've been doing. I've been riding this on swing. The last time it dropped hard, it came down to 33. I bought around 38 naira and rode it all the way up to 66. Then I bought more again at 50 and took it again up to 60, which was 10 naira move. So all these short-term moves, you can actually leverage on it. And then it started to drop again. I caught it from 47. I bought a little again from 45, 44, and now it's around 42. Now, as always, the cheap can always get cheaper. Just know that as it is here, it can actually retest this 34 naira. It has the possibility, but if you buy it here and peradventure, it moves, it reverses from here to the upside. Look, from this 42 up until 60 is a good deal if you look at it. So I'm going to talk about some of the things I found out about Oando recently. So I recently saw that they had a bonus share. They had a bonus share issuance. So that is one way of giving shareholders some money back. So it's like, I can't really remember again how much it was. I think it is 12 for 1 or 10 for 1. I'll confirm that, probably put it in the comment or description. So they have been having a beautiful they've been on the news just because of the share issuance, and of course strategic acquisition. They have been going into some other areas to expand their presence in the energy sector. So I recently heard about their mining exploration that they are doing, and of course they are reporting their earnings they're going to report earnings in the next few days. So all this information are going to help to see if it will help to push it all the way up. But even if it goes lower, I don't think I'll be scared. I would probably buy a little more on the dip and wait for it to go up, because it is when it is going up that most people get the attention and decide, oh, I think it's now I can join in. But if you have the guts to buy now and then wait it out, because one good thing about stock market is patience and discipline. Being disciplined that, okay, I've checked one or two things about this stock and I think I can get it, because people's risk tolerance are different. So for people in the community, I've given them the exact information of what they can do, when to buy, when to look through, when to sell, how to swing it, and all of that. So if you take your time and conduct thorough research, look at the financials, look at their competitive landscape. But I feel like now that Aradel is on the limelight, that they too are also going to get a little bit of some money come into that particular sector. That's my personal view. So it may be different from what you may think, but definitely I feel like they are kind of undervalued. So the lowest they've been in the last 1 year is 33 naira, and the highest has been 76, or rather 80, 85. This is 85. Okay, that was last year, Seth. So this year it is 75 that they, because this is October. So 2025, it is actually, so the highest they have been, if we are to look at this weekly chart, is actually 66. So it can easily retest that particular rate. So currently it is about 42 naira. So look at the stock and think if it is something you can do, if you want to buy it, or give me your own ideas. I want to hear from you what you think about Oando. So I also look at this as probably trying to form a double bottom, but the double bottom can be like this and then it takes off. It can also come towards this range. So for some people, they may want to wait to see if it will drop a little lower. It actually looks like it's going to drop lower. But if that doesn't happen, just know that if you pick it here, just have the patience to allow this stock to run up to where you want it to be. So depending on your exit plan, you must have an exit plan. Don't just carelessly buy. Don't just buy a stock because somebody talked about it. You must clearly have a plan. When can I buy? What do I do if the stock goes lower? What do I do when the stock starts going up? Am I selling everything? Am I going to take some of the profit and let it run more? That's where your plan comes through for you. So you don't go to bed and start panicking or having heart attack or thinking too much. But looking at the stock, it's actually looking juicy. This is a good time when people are actually running. Some people are saying, no, I'm not going to buy. But if you get it now, when it starts to pull up, you are probably going to have a good enjoyment time. So I just thought I should bring this information to your notice so that you don't miss it again like you missed on Aradel, because Aradel had similar thing. And while because sometimes this build up, this momentum build up here can actually, it's actually an accumulation time. It can actually take long time. But towards the December season, stocks tend to do well. So I really feel like, because governments are moving into, they have some important economic, energy and oils summits and conferences. I know that OPEC is one of them. They have this event they are planning on having soon, and Nigeria is going to participate. And they're also looking to increase the number of barrels that we produce per day. So that will really put Oando on a map. That's why I said now is a good time for you to jump in and take a hold of it. So did you enjoy today's lesson? Did you get anything? Do you have Oando? Did you buy earlier? So if you bought earlier, let me tell you what you can do. You can actually buy a little more to bring down your cost price. That was exactly what I did in Aradel, and it paid off. Or you can wait when it gets to 45, then you start enjoying your profits all the way to the top. So these two things will help you. If you have some extra cash, you can load up a little more so that your cost price can go from 45 or 47 down to 44, 43, or maybe you bought at 50. It can still bring it down closer to where it is now, so that on the way to the upside, you start calculating your profit early enough. But if you don't have, there's no problem. Just leave it like that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about something very interesting, so don't miss tomorrow's video.